I obviously caught off guard, and I am so overwhelmed with grief. I'd love to just give you the floor and tell us how you're feeling right now.
Well, I just was with Franco 2 weeks ago filming a Immaculate Reception NFT, and we had so much fun. The night before we filmed, he and Dana and Tammy and we all went to a great Italian restaurant. We had some great wine. We had some great stories. As we always do when we're together, we had so much fun laughing and kind of picking at one another, and it was just a great evening. We filmed all day the next day and laughed and cut up again, as we always do. And then all of a sudden, at 3 a.m. this morning, you get a notification that he passed away, and you just try to put it. You try to put it in perspective. Wait a minute. Friday is a celebration of the 50th year of the Immaculate Reception. Pittsburgh's going to go back and relive this. Some of the Raiders are coming in for it. 50 years later, there's got to be a healing somehow. I don't think John Madden ever got over it, but that's unfortunate. But Saturday, you just alluded to the fact you're going to be covering the game. At halftime, his number's being retired. He would be only the third jersey number, in Steeler history to have his number retired, which is a major, major award, a great accomplishment. And now, as you said, it's going to bring back. Now it's going to be a great celebration. Now, not only of the number 32 being retired, but of the life of Franco. And quite honestly, it hits me, and then emotionally it leaves me. Then it hits me. I'm just back and forth on it, and I'm having a hard time kind of grasping that, actually. But such a great teammate, such a great friend, and someone that everybody that's come in contact with Franco Harris knows that he was a gentleman, always smiling. I never saw the man upset except one time in Super Bowl 13. Rich, I got sacked, and he thought that Hollywood Henderson had roughed me up. He was steaming. He said very little in the huddle, and unless I asked him a question. But this time he said, Brad. He called me Brad instead of TV. He said, Brad, give me the ball. I want the ball. Well, I called my own plays. I didn't have to wait for it to come in from the sideline or the press box. So I called 93 tackle trap. It's primarily a great goal line play. It's great against the blitz, and I anticipated blitz. We're on the 22-yard line. Cowboys showed blitz. I went, oh my God! I got the perfect play. I'm walking up. I called it on first sound, which means there's no cadence. It's just hut, and away we go. So the Cowboys have shifted their safeties over. Hut, the ball snapped. Cliff Harris runs into the umpire. The umpire box Cliff Harris and freed Franco for a 22-yard touchdown. And a week later at the Pro Bowl, Cliff Harris and Charlie Waters told me they did that on their own. They got out of position to give me a blitz look to get me to call a play into the strength would have been their defense. And I said, oh, that's great. I thought it was a blitz. It wasn't a blitz. And then I said, well, it must have been a good reunion on the sideline between you and Tom Landry when he knew you guys had done this on your own. That's one of the best stories I've got of Franco, other than he used to always tell me, Brad, do you eat blueberries? And I said, I love blueberries. I don't buy them every day, but I eat blueberries. Yeah, Brad, you got to eat blueberries. You got to eat 2 cups of blueberries every day. They're great brain food. I wish I'd have known that when I was playing. I'd eat a gallon a day. So he was always on me about eating blueberries. And I used to tell him, you're telling me to eat blueberries, and you're selling you're selling donuts to kids in elementary school. I mean, I could go on and on and on because
Love it, Terry.
while we mourn the loss, we celebrate the life and the impact that he had on all of us that were fortunate enough to either been a teammate or to come in contact with him.
What do you want people to remember about Franco, Terry?
Well, I think when you meet a great person, if they never had the pleasure of meeting a superstar who was so humble, he was just a humble superstar. Everybody loved him. Everybody. Phil Filippiano is going to be there. Why would he be there if he didn't love Franco Harris and what he represented?
Right.
He was a gentleman off the field. He was a gentleman on the field. But a great, great teammate. Just everybody would want their kids, their young men, to be affected by Franco and the way he held himself and accounted for himself, and the humility that he had as such an awesome player. Yeah, I'll never forget him, and that smile and that encouragement always from Franco. I mean, I just loved him to death.